Lenny's still talking to the guard. I think someone... Lenny's still talking to the guard. I think someone...
Apologies, but access to the venue is... My apologies, but access to the...
Speaking of that...
I can see that. Maybe I should try to learn some magic.
You need not worry about...
Oh.
Speaking of that...
I can see that. Maybe I should try to learn some magic.
You need not worry about...
Oh.
I see that you're If you find any new...
We don't have too many... The thud?
Yes, exactly. It's just that everyone was awaiting the results of Linny's trick with bated breath.
That makes sense.
I'm of the opinion when the pyrotechnic...
Wait, what?
Perhaps the balance was... Oh, that's true.
That does... So this is the rope. The rope looks pretty durable. How can it be burned through so quickly by fireworks? Why are you suddenly so serious, Traveler? Whoa. Most of it was burned away, but there's still... Wait, Whoever the... Why would it be...
The investigation?
See?
Sorry to interrupt, but we're helping Linny and Lynette with their side of the investigation.
You're trying to help them?
Linny used the machine. Well,
It turns out that I'm sure you already... In other words,
That much
that you see why I was saying it'd be tough to make a case for...
Whoever the... Hello there.
Oh, the seats were all booked in advance. Sure. It's not. Her name is Halsey. Apparently, the Magic Troop member. Simply put, she wasn't related to the Magic Troop at all. That's how it seems to us.
Okay.
No need to be so formal. It is of utmost importance.
We've checked everything of note here at the performance venue. Paimon wonders how Linny's discussion with the guards is going. Let's go see, shall we? Ooh, things are getting interesting, huh? We're about to see how magic is made.
Understood.
Very good.
You may spare the pleasant...
You've arrived. Who's this?
Me? And these are my companions. Would you...
Oh, new help.
Well, let's just...
I appreciate your kind interest. Come with me. We'll be heading below stage.
Huh? Below stage?
Yes, a world. But before I reveal everything, you should have a look first. Notice anything strange here? I'm not trying to be dramatic, remembering the details.
Huh.
Ah, good eye.
The back?
Very good indeed. The back of this door was patterned. Those patterns are now gone, replaced by a smooth wooden board. So, if you put two and two...
Oh, so there was a pattern.
I knew you'd figure out the two magic... See this flatbed trolley? The box with the...
This trolley can rate.
I see.
Precisely.
So that's how...
Once the box was... The audience member would only be...
Right.
Ah, yes. My assistant and I...
And what about Lin...
I was in the mezzanine.
Oh, interesting.
That's how we were able to coordinate Linny's lines with the assistant. And
I mean, we are, and that's my...
So that's how it all worked. Wow. Every detail you revealed was more amazing than the last.
Lynette would briefly walk out of the box and then go back in, jumping into the tunnel and escaping before the box on the trolley could finish ascending. And then but as you saw, Cal was in the box.
We really don't know how that happened.
If not for that and yet, could we have a look around?
This is the scene of the crime. So Lyney and Lynette are...
Yes, of course. No need to be so strict now.
Thanks, everyone.
Whoever the What is this place?
It seems someone could fit.
Alone, perhaps.
But there are no other ways in. Oh, you're right! Let Paimon right. Clever them.
Oh, these are her clothes are here.
Right. Ugh.
The floor is wet. Please be careful not to slip.
Speaking of which, why would there be water here?
Oh, Paimon knows. And here's a broken
That can't be.
Looks like a hook tied to the end of a rope. Huh?
Perhaps it was a prop for a different trick.
Whatever it... Seems we're just about done investing.
Yes, let's Well, we've asked. Let's find a place.
Apologies for the wait.
So, what did the guards say? Did the
They believe the guards have
So the tunnels become like a...
In other words, the
Charges?
That's right. This is how it... That's right. The statements from both, to put it simply...
This also precludes any
Once both sides, then... Fine.
Huh?
In practice, yeah.
Huh?
Because we've chosen...
They're concerned, and even if that were not...
I'm ready to break out.
Whoa, whoa!
Of course. I just hope...
In that case, let's just sort out our findings to... I mean, what better way...
Huh. Breaking out. Just kidding! Just kidding!
What do you mean?
Huh?
Understood, demoiselle. Everyone, please come with me.
Wait, you're carrying...
Yes, I must...
I have eggs, sugar.
Good. These three are quite the... And Paimon thought it smelled good while it was still in the oven! Oh, it's even better now. Paimon can't stop drooling. From the way you had these two guys carrying up, you ended up doing the...
I was applauding.
And I was giving encouragement.
Don't underestimate. Anyway.
Only three?
Well, eating...
Tea is ready to be served. As no need for concern.
All right, then. However, a magician twin...
Exactly! Why would
The flower vase and the thud, resulting in the shatter, perhaps the criminal...
Paimon thinks that makes...
True, but...
Huh. Could Halsey...
That's right. And even if she had tampered with... Nor does she have any...
Well, from the sound of things, your macarons are a mix... What?
Please don't worry about it. At my...
No! Being greedy is one. Besides, Paimon knows that if she ate two... Wait! Even you don't believe... If Paimon ate those 2 extra macarons, then may they turn into stone in her...
All right, we get it. Malus, set up the stove.
Huh?
Making sure everyone gets 3 macarons of...
Exactly!
As you wish, demoiselle.
And I have the egg, sugar.
Well, that's it for snack time. I don't know what it would be awkward.
All right, thanks, sweet...
It was nothing. A small task for the Spina di Rosula. Silver, Malus, it's time to go. I'll be back if I find anything.
All right, it's time to put our heads together. We've got to get our...
Just relax. Even if everyone else decides.
Thanks, Navia.
Best of luck to you.
Ah, finally, you're back. Well, how did you...
To be honest?
No.
Well now, don't you all look disappointed? Don't tell me that your investigation... That was to be expected, of course. The guilty can never produce proof of their innocence. But don't let that stop you. I shall be terribly disappointed should you, my most anticipated foe, concede so easily.
Since both Firstly, in order for the audience...
Yes, of course.
Thank you, Mr. Linney. You ran to and remained hidden within the magic box in the audience stands.
Yes, that's...
In that case...
Why, of course I do. Allow me to take the first shot and break this case wide open. Mr. Linney is clearly lying. There is no way you could have been in the box the whole time if you were to abduct Halsey and murder Cowell. In fact, I'd say you were hardly in that tunnel at all.
That is simply your hypothesis based on the presumption that I'm guilty.
Oh, is that so? And if I may ask, what did you hear while you were inside your box?
The roaring countdown of the crowd, of course.
And you didn't...
No, nothing.
I see.
Huh?
Hey!
Yeah, I'm sure he could...
I was right by them.
Look at those scales.
Of course, I have armed myself to do far more than smash your alibi. Confidence cannot go unfounded, and my foundations are rock solid. Tell me, aren't you and Lynette actually from the House of the Hearth?
The House of the Hearth?
No wonder they did...
So the cereal disappeared.
I've got a feeling that...
That's irrelevant. Our identity...
Indeed! Your first priority is to... The Outlander is speechless. My, oh my, don't they look flabbergasted? Now comes the infighting and discord. Good thing I made all those preparations. Seems the all-nighter I pulled last night is really paying off.
Hey, Linny! Why didn't you tell us this...
Order! Order! Mr. Linney, first, when the thud was heard in the Opera House, are these claims true? Please answer my...
I'm sorry. Yes, there...
I knew it!
Well, that's it. We might as well move on to the sentencing already.
What should we do now?
Granted. In that case, what is your request?
Is that really necessary?
The defendant is...
Order! Your request is reasonable.
So, in that case...
Well, this is awkward. I didn't think the Hydro Archon would dig all that up. I'm sorry, Traveler and Paimon.
Yeah, sorry.
Paimon doesn't know where to start. We trusted you two. We based our entire not to set the wrong.
I know you've clashed, but our organization.
Right now, we want to save people.
That's right. I'm sure we're up. I knew if it weren't for our that's why I didn't wish to flat up. The truth is very important, but being completely transparent about right. You met a Fatu, but still.
Sorry.
Well, you both said right.
Of course. We've been trying to find during our from that moment on.
Is that why you needed it?
That's right. So, after
that air vent was created during the
well, which should have been that voice seemed to wreck on the way back. After that...
Well, that explains why you didn't hear the
because of that prophecy.
That's the only way we can...
So, it was never my way, but like I said...
Well, Traveler, you decide. Paimon will follow your lead however you choose.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks for giving us a chance.
The current problem is that the scales are tipped pretty badly against you two. If we want to refute the Hydro Archon's accusations, we're gonna need a seriously watertight defense. Huh?
Both parties have returned to their positions. Let us continue the trial. When last we left off, Mr. Linney acknowledged the new evidence presented by Lady Furina as fact. Therefore, Lady Furina
At this stage, let's revisit that scene from Linney's perspective. As the countdown began, he entered the tunnel. When the flatbed trolley passed, he opened the box and got into an altercation with Halsey. He did not realize that the sound could be heard by everyone in the opera house, which is why he claimed earlier that he could not hear the sound. Finally, he used the vase to knock her out, before making her change clothes to prevent others from recognizing her. At this time, Cowell arrived in the tunnel, having heard that strange... So Lyney proceeded to... Afterward, Lyney... And there you have it. That's the truth behind what happened.
Does the defendant's side have any objections?
The key to refuting Lady Furina is the order of events. What Lyney experienced and what he saw. Seems this... According to Lyney... Lyney went to the... Lyney did...
Attention! Ace Detective Paimon has something to say! When the countdown started, but he immediately used it. Once he reached that area, the crime scene had finally he reached the...
In other words, you believe...
That's right! If that's the case, assuming though...
Oh.
Well, you're... You're saying that he wasn't?
Are you sure we don't need to give this more thought? That's right! This means they include...
Well, to think you'd use such logic. Well then, if it wasn't Lyney who committed the crimes, then who was it?
The deceased's name is Cowell, Lyney's assistant. Could there have been a third? Halsey is the missing person. The deceased's name is Cowell. Could there have been a third? Halsey is the missing person. The deceased's name is
That can't be...
What I must do next is recreate the truth. What Cowell did, and how he went from would-be... No one entered or left... The deceased's name is Halsey's clothing was in the... The sound we heard may have come... The sound we heard may have come from a... Lyney was not in the tunnel at that... It would have been tough for both people... It would have been tough for both people. No one entered or left the opera house. No one entered or left the... The deceased's name is Cowell. Linny was not in the tunnel at... Halsey's clothing was a... Linny was not in the tunnel at that... It would have been tough for both people. Linny was not in the tunnel. It would have been tough for both. Linny was not in the tunnel.
What's wrong, Traveler? Are you still having trouble?
Look, since we're at a dead end, just like the trick is it...
If only we knew...
Well, that would be nice, but the tunnel... And it's not like this is a magic trick where you can just make a real life...
If the defense is unable to make further effective arguments, we will move on to the next stage of the trial.
Linny was not in the tunnel at... The sound we heard may have... The deceased's name is... No one entered or left the opera house through its entrance. The vase was not broken.
Paimon gets it! Lynette escaped. If there's a...
Oh, just a moment. How could a person ever be transformed into water? This is reality. Magic tricks are...
Even so, the truth must be out there somewhere. Perhaps some new line of... Since Cal was the deceased, but given that we aren't making...
People really do come up with all sorts of harebrained schemes when at the end of their rope. The way...
Nevertheless, I believe that this is a reasonable request on the part of an attorney. Since the trial does indeed appear to be... Guards!
We are still examining the... We discovered several test tubes of fluid with the notebook in his... The primordial... The note's contents... The notebook has... One of these tubes... The notes also... As such, we will...
You gotta be kidding!
But something so...
Wait a moment. This reminds me of a certain...
Huh. If people can become water, does that mean... Wait just a minute. Could that mean...
Demoiselle, wait! What about your partners?
Let's go. Just trust me.
Order! Order! It is undeniable that further examination of the deceased's personal effects has yielded some surprising results, but we cannot yet verify the veracity of these clues. Still, let us assume that these clues are indeed authentic, albeit with the understanding that Ms. Halsey has yet to be found. Guards, please continue examining the items along these lines. Mr. Linny, it appears your hypothesis is supported by the evidence, so please continue speaking.
Of course. Thank you, Your Honor. If we uphold this hypothesis, I believe that many of this case's seemingly unrelated clues can be connected together.
Right! Like the metal hook! That one didn't make sense at all. Let's think about this. Cowell's methods must have something to do with that water from the primordial sea.
The rope that strung the water tank up was lit by... The water from the primordial... The water from the primordial sea should... Lynette was in the magic... Lynette was in the magic box. I remember there was something else with... I remember there was... Now it seems like the hook rope... Now it seems like the hook rope... Now it seems like the hook rope... The deceased's name is Cowell. The rope that strung the water from the primordial... Lynette was in the magic box. I remember there was something... The rope that strung the... The deceased's name is Cowell, Linny... The deceased's name is... Now it seems like the hook rope...
It's Ace Detective Paimon's time to shine again! In the original plan, Cowell would tamper with the water tank rope and the number selector securing his target. When the magic box containing Halsey was lowered, when the balloon attached to the box afterward, but he and
That actually...
Oh dear.
Now, it seems like his notes mentioned he had an accomplice who could be related to the situation.
On that note, the guards have just contacted me indicating that they uncovered new evidence. I shall now invite him on stage to share it with us.
Thank you, Your Honor. We were just inspecting the luggage of the other people involved in this case. And we found an identical sample of the water from the Primordial Sea among Linny's personal effects.
What?
That can't be. Oh, I see. Well, how wonderfully comedic to have your own counterattack only to come back and wound you. Does this not clear all, my dear... Linny did not need to take part in the dissolution of the... having made modifications to the props beforehand. But upon his... ultimately, he not now as much... Am I right?
We've used up all the evidence we collected. There's no way for us to... Is this the...
Oh no! Paimon can't think of anything either. It doesn't look like there's any way around this. Seems using the water as new evidence was too good a move.
I think we've all seen enough now. I believe this is indeed the finale. Now then, my good, noble Chief Justice, should we not, in your view, move... excuse me, everyone.
Miss, I must ask you not to shout, and to respect the ongoing legal proceeding.
Oh, come on. Don't be hasty. I have a good reason for interrupting, you know. Now, would anyone here like to take a little break from all this debate? I'll show you an amazing trick. One that can bring a young woman who has disappeared back in the flesh. Right before... What in the...
No offense, miss, but miracles like that are beyond my scope as a
Come on now, don't be silly. Magic is all about misdirection, isn't it? But once everyone believes the illusion, can't magic reveal the truth to... And wouldn't such a trick be the most marvelous finale to today's performance? Come on, Linny and Lynette. Give it another go. Don't worry. Spina di Rasula has made the necessary arrangements on your behalf. But, as the magic makers and stars of the show, I think I should leave the final performance to you.
I understand.
And voila!
Sorry for the interruption.
Wait, isn't that Halsey? So, the whole thing about...
To be clear, I was hiding outside. I was just feeling... rattled. Where should I begin? Firstly, my name isn't Halsey. It's Lillian, and I'm originally from Mondstadt. I heard that Linny's show was gonna be a real thriller, but I missed the chance to buy a ticket. That's how I make a living.
But I was noticed at the harbor a few days ago.
Hey, no wonder you look familiar. Liddy even mentioned that you were pretty
Well, and I thought that would have been the end of it, but he even mentioned the Fortress of Meripede. That's a prison, isn't it? So you can imagine how shocked I was. I thought he was onto me for sure. So I played along with the show while looking for an opening to flee. But then I got water poured on me for no reason, and then someone jumped into the tunnel to nab me. I wasn't going to take that lying down, so I knocked him out and stuffed him into the box. There was nowhere to... I slipped out after...
Can a person even hide in there?
But I swear, had I known that,
Well, that makes everything pretty clear.
This time, we need... The string? The flower vase. Lillian.
And it's having been selected. Her panic only intensified. Hearing the commotion, he did not know that Lillian was mistakenly believed. The two broke the flap with no way of escaping. That she
had already become desperately hungry by the time we were chatting.
At this point, all the events...
so bravo!
Now then, Lady Furina. Please answer the question.
What? Are you reading my mind now? No, I have no further arguments. I admit defeat. But really, could you at least have left me with some...
Wow! Look at that! She's like a...
If there are no objections, then as the Chief Justice of Fontaine, I shall once again repeat the actual perpetrator of the serial disappearances, Cowell, selected his next victim from the audience reservation list. With some modifications to the selector, he could ensure that the precinct to cover up any evidence while committing. He also tampered with the rope suspending the water tank, using the fireworks at the end of the... He poured the water from... Finally, he passed the prepared hook on a rope through the gap in the magic box's door. When the magic trick officially began, the box containing the woman was lowered into the tunnel, tightening the hook rope and bursting the balloon containing the water. If all had gone to plan, the young woman would be dissolved at this time. However, Lillian was not from Fontaine, and thus fled the box with a loud noise. Realizing that there was trouble, Cowell entered the tunnel and met Lillian. Thinking that the waters had not yet taken effect, he decided to proceed. However, his opponent was more capable than he thought, and he was overcome, knocked unconscious, and placed into the magic box, and thus became his own final victim. Lillian, according to her own statements, then changed clothes and hid until the performance ended, before hiding in other parts of the opera house. As for Linny, he was in the underground structures within the opera house, and was thus ignorant of these happenings. From this reconstruction of events, we can conclude that Linny, the accused, is in fact innocent. While there is much in Linny and Lillian's conduct that should still be investigated separately, this case, at least, can be handed over to the Oratrice to make the final decision. As such, Linny and Lynette are officially declared not guilty.
Victory for Ace Detective Paimon!
Great work, partners. Thank you all. Thank you so much.
Next, How did you find the...
Right! Your discovery caused me to make a serious mistake, you know!
I suspect that the... I'm sure you know what you must do to lessen your sentence.
Speak quickly! Unless you want to earn yourself a one-way ticket to Coupon Town.
We were supposed to place...
And now that your plan... Therefore you would...
Yes! Our boss. It can also be me. We've been in this bit...
And now he can no longer...
Such ruthlessness.
An outrageous... All present, please submit to inspection immediately.
So, we're just going back now? That's...
Traveler, Paimon! Please wait.
Lyney...
I know you may not want to speak to me, but still... I guess. I didn't approach you with any... As for why, that was how Father, who you might know as the
knave?
That's right. Back when our parents to survive, I took my sister, to my surprise, before long, and...
So you went from...
That was how we felt at first, too. But I gradually discovered that while we were called foster children, he would constantly...
That doesn't seem too...
After one I waited a long time. The answer he gave me...
Oh, no.
As far as outsiders are concerned, I managed to all I saw...
So...
That's right. Father, the House of the Hearth... I was hesitant, but she was also...
Oh... So that...
She has gained permission...
So... she...
That's right. The whole today's case has also... Everyone at Hotel to us orphans...
So... From small...
It's alright. I just hope you can understand if you should need anything at all in the future.
Bye, Lyney!
Hey there. What was with the disappearing act you pulled right as the trial ended?
Were you looking for us?
Well, this whole thing isn't exactly over, is it? I do... Huh? What's wrong, my dear partner?
Besides! And...
Ah, I see. Sorry.
Don't say that now.
Aw, and we were having so much fun investigating with you, too. It was like having new... Wait,
Huh?
Well, Anyway, it would just be a meal.
You don't have to twist...
Oh, wonderful.
All right, then.
I came here several times with my father when I was little. But...
Oh, don't worry!
In that case, I'll...
Ooh, everything looks so good!
Why, of course. Go ahead. ahead. Try whatever you like. If the
And if it...
Well, then I'll still...
Yeah. Oh, we called this a...
Oh, trip...
Speaking of cases...
Well, we've certainly taken a big step forward.
If it hadn't happened right in...
Right? Yet it would...
If only that guy could have finished speaking! We were so...
In such investigations, even the smallest step can... To be honest, I don't have high hopes for any follow-up that the authorities might conduct. It's not that I don't have... It's easy to go... Which is exactly why the Spina... Those highfalutin... It's all... Let's talk about something else. Like, what are your future plans?
That's true. We didn't...
I see. I've heard that there's a long line...
Yeah. Guess that's speed...
Well, one way would be to infiltrate a performance troupe. I'm sure Lady Furina would... All right, I can personally testify that this one works. When I'm... valid point. You did defeat her in court, clearing citizens of her...
You mean that if we catch her out, why don't we give it a try after this meal? You know, strike while...
Huh? No, it...
Alright. Honest...
Is that so? If we're all finished eating...
Yeah. Oh, so full. Paimon can barely float anymore. Nah, that would be so... Hey, Navia, what are you...
Oh, nothing. So this is goodbye, huh? Well, if you do encounter any other trouble in in any case...
See ya! There aren't many people...
The shit.
Looks like we're back here. Huh? Traveler?
Vache?
Hey! What? Huh? Hey! Traveler? Stop walking! Come on, wake up!
Vache, are you... No, wait. You seem to be someone else. My memories feel like... How much have I lost? How many things that I once held... Yes, that is what I was. I do not know how I came to be... No matter where... But now... No! The thought of me... If you meet Vache, perhaps that is... If only I could have comforted him. Is that what you call... It was a state of... I could also liken it to being a thirsty person who drinks water for the first... I think I hear your companion. Farewell, then.
Wake up! Come on, hurry! Navia's outnumbered!
Demoiselle, look out!
Dear God, it's a whole army of Gardamex. Chlorand? Quick, now's our chance! should thank you for lending us your sword there, Clorand. But before I do...
I followed you.
I believe that following someone without their knowledge is actually called stalking.
Mr. Callus's last wish was for me to ensure your safety, and I will not betray his trust.
Do not speak of my father!
Sorry, Demoiselle. I was not strong.
Thank you for your aid, Miss...
Sorry, I did not consider your...
Whatever. What else do you know? How did you come to the
I doubt I know much more than you. But I believe that the your performance tonight will almost certainly attract their attention.
Huh. I'm sure they've known about me. To be honest, I'm shocked it's taken them this long to act against. And what about these Gardamex?
None of these mecha have serial numbers. I was sure to check a moment ago. I can only conclude that some powerful or wealthy party must have obtained them via...
What? Your point being that they're out of Spina...
Yes.
I will continue investigating. Right. I suppose that's the best news.
Demoiselle, I believe that...
I know, I just... She's...
Oh, thank goodness! Paimon dealt with those Gardamex. Oh, and there was that champion duelist named
Oh, come now. Forget all that as such.
It will take 50...
If it were me...
All right.
Actually, Navia, how did you know that we were in...
Well, to be honest...
Huh?
Yes. After we parted with... That the Fanta tasted kind of... Fanta?
Oh, so the Fanta...
Yes.
Spina di Rosso.
Huh. Really?
I sent people to Hotel de Boer. That's when I figured out that you...
What?
Well, speaking of which...
Well, it can't be... Oh, and this time Paimon, does that mean...
That doesn't sound like too much of a bad...
New intel?
Well, let's see... Oh. Vache. Since he saw that, but he never gave testimony, or... Yes, thank you. Oh, you mean...
Well, you did, and besides, we're in this now whether...
Demoiselle, do try not to look quite...
You talk too much. Well, we also have some plans to...
Don't worry, you two.
It's right up ahead, but let's make sure...
I've been keeping watch, Demoiselle. I haven't spotted...
Huh. Very good.
I shall find room.
Thank you, Malus. Now...
Your accommodations have been...
After all, we don't...
Seems like it's tough to... Your father...
Demoiselle, if you'll allow me...
No. My father's name is Callus. 3 years ago.
Oh, no.
But I do not at the time. But strangely, that even after being serious... How could he protect his honor? The closest piece of info I have.
So...
That's right. However, I believe I must know what really happened. If only he'd been more open with me when he was still alive. He even hid and now... here I am.
Demoiselle.
I also will never believe that Master Callus murdered anyone. Master Callus did so. Even our supporters decreased greatly due to the...
Wait! If Callus was such a good man...
No. Perhaps people love watching the evil...
But how could... Never mind. If Callus was really falsely accused, we have to find the truth. He didn't deserve to have...
There is one...
Oh! Her? Yeah. That's not the...
Miss Clorinde. She knew Master Callus before. There was...
Don't worry now.
Afterward, Miss Clorinde told... Yes, that is our under...
All right. Anyway, that's the information. Thanks.
Yeah.
Please, relax and get some sleep.
Paimon, huh?
I sent them back to Poisson. It's Spina de Rosula's place of...
Paimon gets the feel, but...
No, I just returned after going out for a while.
Wait, so...
Unfortunately, this name seems to have been... I suspect...
Does...
No. And that is the archives, kept by... If the OC...
So Neuvillette... In that case, let's...
No.
Yes, finally on the right path.
Once, there was a...
The Palais is right up ahead. Come on.
Halt! Please state your business here. The Chief Justice is present.
Hey, don't you recognize us?
Huh? Who are you? Just to be clear, I don't...
See? They've got great...
Yep. If you're here just to crack...
No.
Oh, yes.
We're here today to...
Is that...
Of course.
All right, then. I'll let you through. The Chief...
Thanks.
Please come in.
Sorry to barge in, Monsieur Neuvillette. We only like...
It's all right.
We're looking for a man...
Ah, I see.
Who knew that Neuvillette would be so easy to talk?
Unfortunately, I'm quite certain that there are no records of him either.
Traveler? Is that so?
Him. Miss Navia, I can understand how you feel. Your father, Callus.
And what are you trying to say, Monsieur Neuvillette? Are you trying to console? No. You are not trying to do any of that. I can hear it in your voice. It's just like last time. You even told me then, in your eyes, the value if you truly regret. Why didn't you give me the power to stop everything? Was it there are still if you really have no heart, then just look me in the eyes. I, Navia, will show you the true.
I'm sorry.
You and my father are truly alike. It's not so much that you. Oh well. My apologies for taking my emotions out on you, Monsieur Chief Justice. Let's go, Traveler and Paimon.
Navia.
I'm fine.
You're right.
Now that I think of it.
What is it? Did you think of something?
Yeah, he was outside. It was uncovered, and that thought has occurred to us before. We've even expanded the search area to try to account for that, but didn't find anything of value. Oh? Wait.
So you're saying that yeah!
I really think... Alright, let's...
Yeah! We're gonna make...
Do you want to go with me now? Great. Let's...
Mondstadt has so many...
I've heard that if you give tavern owners a considerable tip, they'll be willing to share some information on the down low.
You mean the angels share? But Master Diluc seems like a very rich man. How big a tip is considerable anyway?
Huh. Maybe I might have heard wrong.
Whoa! What a huge ship!
There's no need to... My father was the one who... A gigantic and glamorous ship embodies discovery, opportunity, ambition, and conquest. It symbolizes Spina di Rosula's limitless future.
And Paimon thought you were bluffing when you... Paimon was confused, but now that Paimon has seen this ship for...
Well, pues... Melus, we're back!
Apologies for the way. You said before that you still had some...
About... You still remember, right?
Yes, the case was quite...
Could you tell us a bit...
Yeah, of course. Many years ago, at a glance...
Wait!
Yes, he did. If you drink synth, and if you were to stop drinking it, as he oversaw was...
Boss's uncompromising... Not only that...
Yes. Recognizing that, the man's name was that night. But then...
Huh?
Sounds just like Lenny's. Looking back on it, though... Precisely. But, considering it now, you're right.
Jacques was an empathetic. I think this. On that note, however, our opponent, even though Spina, there is no need.
If that's indeed what he wished for, was I not the closest person to him? What was the point of him dying without sharing any of the secrets he knew? Synth is still here. Callus the Unfaithful. Did he think I've never accepted that. I want to find
Navia.
This is indeed the.
So you do know something else, Malus.
Yes, I do. But what drove.
What?
And the serial disappearance. 5 years was knowing all of this. But as long as you. If something were to happen.
Right. So.
As we've seen bosses
No. I don't believe it. He never
No father wants their daughter to see them weak and haggard. Especially someone as proud as Boss. To him, dying in a duel and suffering lasting dishonor as the...
So he chose...
I'm afraid you're not understanding this. If Boss's spirit... I'm sure...
No. Is that the amount of confidence he had in me? And what if I was never able to make it to... Yeah. I suppose that, but thankfully, he rarely talked to me about complex matters, and thus understood little of me as a person. Malus, what was the key?
It's the location when he was threatened. But if you want...
Why? If we...
You mustn't forget that we're fighting against a mistake. There's no telling what might be lying, but a single... The worst case...
Then... in that...
Well, you saw...
But things are...
You sound like you've put a lot of thought...
I am the butler. I've always been willing to take on any kind of...
Thank you for all of that, Malus.
Let me think. When I announced order, if the vendors... After several the first...
Huh?
Yes, thanks to his... There's someone else like him, too. Marcel.
Uncle Marcel.
It's a guild. In the beginning, that...
So...
Yes, it's...
The final suspect is Thierry, the man responsible for coordinating information. Although the guards most... Since Thierry...
I see. To think that the...
If you want to invest...
Of course.
You're too kind, my... And before I forget, proving... After that incident, if it might help...
Oh, thank you so much.
A new case awaits, my dear partner. I hope we can work together.
It is settled, then. Please excuse me, and enjoy your conversation at your leisure.
Thank you for arranging everything for us, Malus.
Excuse me, miss.
Hey, Navia's all quiet. This isn't like her at all.
I'm sorry that I only came to visit after all this time. After what happened, I didn't know how I was supposed to face the two of you.
Ah, if it's about that, there's no need to apologize. After my husband died, Spina di Rosula sent us a lot of mora and support. I understood your guilt and apology to be genuine.
But aren't all of those things nothing compared to the loss of Jacques? I can understand the kind of pain that comes with losing a father so needlessly.
You don't understand at all.
I didn't know how to face you, because I didn't know what I could possibly bring as a consolation gift. I know only the full truth could bring closure to you. And to all of us.
I'm sorry. I appreciate the sentiment, but you don't have to carry all that guilt. On the matter regarding my husband, my daughter and I have more or less found our answer already.
Would you mind sharing it with me? I really can't believe that my father could ever bring himself to shoot Jacques.
I always knew that my husband's money was earned through others' suffering. He told me countless times that if he could turn back the clock, he would never go into the synth business again. He had many regrets, and felt that he took the idea of providing for his family too literally. For the longest time, he thought Mora was everything. So when Mr. Callus came to him with a proposal, he accepted it almost immediately. He tried to be as careful as he could, but even so, he was still found out by the higher-ups.
They found out about his betrayal?
Papa didn't say that exactly, but Papa did tell me that I should never be ungrateful.
Before he left that day, he told me that he had no choice. It was only later that I realized it was his final farewell to the two of us. I don't know that for sure. Which is why I'm the one who should feel guilty. Even if...
But Mama, Papa always...
Well...
Yeah.
Then you should hold on to that, regardless of what...
Oh.
Thank you.
Thank you. Even though your personality is quite different from your father's, your determination when you speak is...
You really think that's... the...
Are you okay, Navia?
I'm fine. Don't worry. Let's investigate the 3 suspects next. Florent should be nearby, and we should be able to find Thierry and Uncle Marcel in the city. I'll get myself...
Greetings, boss. How may I be of assistance today?
I'm sure you've heard about what happened at the...
Yeah, I've heard.
It also after my partner here put the dots... Can you do me a favor and try to recall what...
After that, my first reaction was that but when I got there...
So you also...
Indeed. Reason being, but according to the guards, that doesn't mean he couldn't have had other guns on his person. About the clothes left at the scene that you mentioned. Do you think there...
At least from our perspective, the gun he was holding?
Yeah, that makes... But hold on. He didn't even want... Did he lose all...
I'll tell you everything.
I understand. And if I may just... Many people have... But it was Mr. Cat, no matter what others...
Don't worry. You and all... Hey, Thierry! It's...
Oh!
Oh!
Oh, okay.
Are you sure there isn't...
I mean, where Callus did a it would be next to him. Anyway.
Ah, yes. What happened at the...
If you want to go...
That'd be much...
Of course. Why do you ask?
Well, So... if you...
If I had to make an analogy... When you order a dish, the chef will make it. If you try to make removing a cereal, so I can promise you, they're certainly not cheap. So, whoever their owner is must be...
Oh, then you're officially in the clear, Thierry.
Jokes aside, I'll be staying in the city for a...
Hello. How may I help you?
I'm here to see Marcel.
Sure.
Navia, hello. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm not as...
Oh, it's all... I just wanted to talk...
Yes.
Oh!
That's right. I also witnessed to beat the Hydro... Apologies. It's just how Fontaine is.
Uncle Marcel, you...
Yes. I was reminded...
Exactly.
Oh, and...
We were attacked on Araneus by some unnumbered Gardamex. And there was also... If not for the vigilant...
Alas. It seems... But rest assured, if anyone dares to...
Thank you, Uncle Mark. Do you have any new thoughts?
About the confrérie was... Then I heard the sound of...
Oh, it's okay.
Sounds good. All my wealth comes from...
We've talked to all three suspects, purely based on their conversations with me.
None of them sounded particularly suspicious.
Anyway.
But where should we start? You're right.
According to Jacques...
So, Jacques fired the first shot?
Oh? And why is that?
Ooh, that's a good point.
Huh. So... what would make more sense from his perspective? Makes sense. Besides Jacques, it's obvious that
Do you think...
Given everything that... But who among the three suspects would have the ability to control privately owned Gardamex? Florent? But...
So you're saying...
Exactly. He can't. And even if he could, I don't think... Thierry, you say? But...
Yeah. If the mecha were taken from the guards, it should be pretty easy to find out.
Uncle Marcel? And with funds from the... Still also... Who could it be?
You know? Could we be missing a...
The suspect is not... Even if I don't want to believe it, I'm starting to see how...
Well, we still have another trump card on top of all the theorizing and speculating.
Yes. We need far more...
Navia, here you are. Oh, I've been looking...
Huh?
Yeah.
Wasn't that place built...
I know. But they said the person they're putting on trial is a Fatui Harbinger...
What?
Yeah.
Well, he's been accused of being...
Wait, how?
That's what I thought was strange about it. If the charge against him...
Right. Because they'll think they've already found the culprit.
Yeah.
Huh? Split up? What do you mean? Since this is a trial, you're right. I won't have any chance of making that charge stick, though, unless we find more evidence. It'll be...
We'll help you!
Demoiselle, please allow us to accompany.
I'm ready.
Ah, Malou, Silver.
We heard that you'll be leaving. It's our hope that your confidence will be...
See you then! Now that Navia has set out for Aranias, we should also get going. The location has already been marked on the map, so let's head over. According to Malusa's info, the synth production base is underwater. Let's go and try to find it.
Just standing there with your mouth gaping. You must be stunned and at a loss for words. Understandable. It is I, after all. Fontaine's most beloved star, Furina. I'm on a very tight schedule, so you're lucky to even get an appointment with me. Tea parties are a must for the well-mannered. If you'd like to learn the proper etiquette, I'd be happy to teach you. Boring. Isn't there anything else more interesting to do? Being too popular can be such a hassle. Who knew that...
So this is the entrance that leads to... You're right. Navia's probably...
It would appear that I'm... Do you accept the...
To be perfectly... However, I did... In which case, as long as I accept the charge, I've got to admit, when I privately sparred with her last time, she was obviously holding...
Hey! Don't you understand?
Oh? Sounds like the Hydro Archon wants to lecture me on the ways of... Then why don't you duel me too? I'm the kind of student that learns best in...
No. That's not what I meant.
Alas, it would appear that communication with the In that case, let...
That case had nothing to do... Huh? What? Why?
I told... Miss Navia, this is the... But that was an
Oh, please. We can put that discussion aside for now. I'm not here to argue with you. I'm here, and if my charges prove true, then Tartaglia here will be proven innocent by...
Oh. A young lady has charged in and offered to clear my name. How fascinating. Well, I'd gotten half bored to death by all these rules and procedures anyway. So, Your Honor, is there nothing else for me?
You may take a seat for now in the audience, but that doesn't mean the suspicions against you have been lifted. Now then, Miss Navia.
That person... Something's... Marcel, the head of Confrérie of Cabrières! Huh? What
I've heard of them, but...
Oh, is this going to be a friends to enemies type situation?
Please let me remind, and if the charge...
Yes.
In that case, I declare members of the guards. Mr. Marcel.
Apology. I think an attorney won't...
Very well.
I would like to take everyone only through elucid...
Navia, come on. If that's enough to make...
exactly correct, Your Honor.
I see. In which case, I will recount the findings about that case as originally recorded by Maison Gardiennage. On the day of the murder, during the banquet, when the guests arrived at the scene, the guards' investigation did not recover any other firearms from the scene. As a result, they concluded that the suspect's first shot must have missed, while the second must have taken Jacques' life. The suspect did not dispute Callas was defeated by Chen. These are the known facts.
After that... however... This assassin... A pilot, but now, since it was... The testimony... How unfortunate... Realizing this, the... So that's what happened. Wait, you're...
What a great theory.
Mr. Marcel.
But I...
Then, may I ask one?
Boo! I may not have the... We should be able to, considering the That makes sense. Why do I feel like Furina's acting...
Maybe she's scared.
Alternatively...
My second question has to do with the Then why didn't Mr. Callas explain himself in court? If he had... I've thought about this. The dissolving power. My father could have exposed it at that time. What was certain...
Boss once told...
What? If the secret had got... Of course, the guards might eventually figure out the truth of... But what good would that do? Had this opera, but by staying silent, I was able to be... And once I have figured out the truth and stepped up to the challenge, So... That's right.
Do you have an...
Of course. All you need... I don't need your apology, but since he entrusted...
Yes, I did. As a champion duelist, I've fought many battles and taken a countless in my line of work. I've seen all kinds of people give their... Just one look and I can tell if a duel... I hereby swear on my name and honor as a champion duelist that Mr. Cal...
Since that's your testimony...
I concur. However, Miss Navia...
Right? What she said was fast...
Wait, weren't they just talking about this?
Of course, Your Honor. The two cases are connected via a matter of timing. In my father's case, the culprit intended to kill both, and at the end of Linny's trial, the culprit also only dissolved the victim in front of everyone. The culprit could only time their actions so precise. Coincidentally.
So that's why I'm used to it.
No need to appeal.
I won't try to on top of that, does a person have to be physically... I know that even... Alas, who won't feel at least a little... But if I were to dismiss... Do you know what the biggest...
I suppose you're gonna...
It's time. I'm a businessman by... In addition, But the...
I do apologize.
No.
Is there anything... You can also take a look at my border entry records. Or ask, could those records and testimonies do something to appease...
Seems like she got...
At this rate...
I think you've done us up, but aren't you going... He wished for you to... Once you've learned to be more considerate of others' feelings, and to stop rushing headlong in...
This isn't just about me. The biggest difference between the people whose family... Many people's... And whose... Is it a man... Oh. I was wait...
Illusion shattered! The Temple of Wisdom! Yeah!
Gotcha! Take it easy. Game's up. Fun's over. Quietly now.
Whoa! The floor is going up! Is it because of this mechanism in the middle? That guy really prepared a lot of stuff for this place. Paimon thinks we need to go up, but Paimon doesn't see a way. Let's take a look around. Maybe we'll find a hidden mechanism that'll show us the way up. The water level is rising! Now we can swim to the top! But this is still a ways away from where we need to go. Hey!
Oz, reveal thyself!
No rest.
Shine down! Now you shall perish! Illusion shattered! Gotcha! Quietly now.
Everyone hold hands! Share my knowledge! Grow, grow, grow!
Shadow Raven, let night fall!
There is no escape! Torn to oblivion!
Now the path is clear! Let's go! to memory.
Gotcha.
Shine down!
Midnight Phantasmagoria.
Quietly now. Here comes the catch. Winging it wasn't the best idea. Gotcha.
Grow, grow, grow! After all, though, as expected, that... What's all this? Pink accessories, a hair tie, a necklace, even a makeup box. Oh, Paimon sees it too, but... Huh? You mean the girls from... And then they were... And all the boxes of things. These names... Looking basin over here, and it's full of water. That means this is where they make all this. If you dilute it with Paimon, we'll take notes. Let's see what's written. Callus, Navia's father. Oh, this seems to be. This should prove the existence of the third person, right? We still have the old dogs. He can act when I concur. Let's send some... Oh, seems like we've got a bunch of correspondence between the higher-ups. What's this over here? Looks like some experiment number... The experiment was a failure. No individual managed to resurface from the water from the primordial sea. Sorry, Traveler. Paimon will try her best. How can someone write something that terrible and you read the rest? Paimon's too scared to keep going. So that... Wait... Did he really think he'd be able to find a way just by dissolving people over and over? That's just insane! Huh? Isn't that the name you heard by the fountain? Paimon thought he was an eyewitness in the serial disappearances case. You mean Vacher is the one who did all of these... So that's it? No, that's not it either! If that's the case, in any case, Paimon will write it all down. There's so much synth here! And so many bottles of ingredients that probably just contain the... Mixing in prog... Whoa! There's even fruit-flavored synth? Yep! We've looked at almost everything... Yeah! We haven't found anything that... No wonder even Neuvillette wasn't that way, even if we bring all this back to the... Sure thing! Vache's then you... Aw. It's just a normal diary chronicling their love story. She was so sweet. So many! The final name Marcel. Wait, but...
And whose image do you see? Is it a man named Vache? Oh, so you do know that name.
I'm merely surprised you'd suddenly say the name of someone I've never even heard of.
I was waiting for you to say that.
Navia! We're back!
As expected of my partner. I just knew you'd return in the nick of time.
Just how often do you intend to flout the rules of this court?
It's all right, Monsieur Neuvillette. Given their confidence, I expect they've found the crucial evidence.
But the truth of it, Marcel, is that you've always been Vacher.
Huh?
We've investigated after your love. You even created.
So that's it. And with that, this information, well, you fixated your gaze on the lover that passed away, instead of paying attention to the living people around you. So, you never noticed how we changed, or how we grew as individuals.
You also never understood Boss's real expectations for his daughter.
Or our determination to see things through.
Mr. Marcel, please speak up now if you would like.
Do you really think... Pay attention to you? What for? No one helped me. No one even believed me. All those decades ago, they said there's... Well, now you know, don't you? Ha! You only have yourselves to blame. Vinier is dead. We promised each other that we would always be together. Wherever she goes, but I'm not from this blasted place.
Hey, is that water from the primordial sea that he's drinking?
I can't dissolve. Do you all see? I did all of that. I spent my entire...
The suspect is exhibiting...
Don't touch me! Don't anybody come near me! Please!
At this point, the
Fine by me.
Traveler, please... The man now known as Marcel was originally named Vacher and worked as an adventurer with his partner and lover. During an underwater expedition, Vinier accidentally came into contact with water from the primordial sea and was dissolved. Vacher learned of the primordial water's existence through the work of others and began to kidnap to cover his tracks. During the course of his research, Vacher discovered that, however, as he accumulated wealth to fund his after exchanging, although the assassin and just recent, however, his attempt thus conclude. The Oratrice will... According to the judgment of guilty.
Guards! Take...
Good. It's what...
With that...
We really just...
Yippee! Wait, he's heard so many... Huh? Are you?
Demoiselle, you were...
The day our late boss...
Yeah.
Well now, hasn't this been a most delicious piece of drama? The villain has been caught, justice has been served. Since it's been such a great show, I'll just let the false accusations against me slide. Either way, I've still got...
Please wait just one moment, Mr. Tartaglia.
What now? None of this has...
According to court protocol, since this trial was initiated due to a charge against you, a verdict must also be made regarding the initial charge.
Oh, come on. Is this really necessary?
Please respect the laws of Fontaine. This has always been the rule.
All right, but this sure is a lot of hassle.
Through evidence presented in the guilty party has... We now turn to... According to the guilty...
What?
Hey! What's with this verdict?
Huh?
I mean, have you...
But weren't the charges about the serial disappearances case? No matter what else he's guilty of, it shouldn't have...
The judgment of the guards...
So this is how justice is done in Fontaine. What a joke. You've got your rules. Well, I've got mine too!
I am sorry. If you have been wronged, we will find the truth. but the rules of the court must be upheld. Apologies. This is all I do is follow court procedure. As for why the Oratrice arrived at the conclusion it did, you should probably ask someone more knowledgeable than me.
Why are you looking at me? I don't know what happened there either.
What does Lady Farina mean by that?
She says she has no idea either, but that's impossible.
Yeah, so are the verdicts reliable or not?
My dearest citizens, don't tell me.
But the way she looked just...
However, and if you thought child had nothing to do with this, everything all shall... Now, having said that...
So she chose...
So you're saying...
She probably However, please be...
All right. After all...
Hey, what are you doing? Quick, stop him!
Traveler! Hey! Traveler!
Marcel! What are you doing?
Stop resisting or...
No, wait! I just want to ask the Traveler something. I'm not looking to run away. Please, just let me ask this one small thing.
Go on.
Thank you. I was being led away when I finally realized something. Where did I erased all records?
Are you still trying to prove your innocence?
Really? The Fountain of Lucine? Then, please get...
What? Give in it...
This request...
Of course!
Humans. Very well.
Your Honor.
I will go with him.
Thank you. Is this the place? You said she's here, but what do I need to do to see her?
Yeah,
Vache!
Ah!
Yes, that's it! So...
Vignere, it's me!
Vache?
I'm here!
Hey, wait!
Vignere, is that...
Vache? You...
It's been all this time. I must be... Vignere, you are my everything! I really don't know how...
But Vache... If not for you, it's all because...
Wait, you are not...
You're right. Every woman who died by your hand, as our bodies dissolved, our consciousnesses flowed back, our thoughts circulated. I'm Cressy. I'm Lemony. I'm Azine. The only one I am not is Vignere.
Why? But then, where is Vignere?
She doesn't want to see you anymore. Every tendril of her consciousness is avoiding you. This is what you get for your selfishness. Your selfishness robbed us of our lives and our futures. You said time and time again that you'd do but did you ever consider... You are a lie. The only thing you... From the moment you're...
No!
You still don't But on top of that, she said that because she knew that if you did come here, we will show no...
Vache.
Vache? Vache. 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 Vache.
Drown.
have some time to do shopping. Gosh, it's really been a long time since we've been able to relax.
Well met, partner. I knew something great was going to happen when I woke up in such a good mood today.
Even this weather can't put a damper on the demoiselle's mood.
It's a pleasure to see you both again.
Oh, hey, Navia! It's been a few days. Paimon's already started to miss you.
Oh, now that I believe. I'm easy to work with and always bring home the bacon. Who wouldn't treasure having a partner like me?
Sounds like you're really enjoying life these days, Navia. What have you been busy with since the trial?
It's just been one thing after the other. I've been making non-stop trips between Poisson and the court since then. Everyone from Spina di Rosula organized a memorial for my father. We never held a memorial when he first died, since everyone knew that even if we held one back then, no one was going to come. This time, though...
So his name...
It's been the...
Oh, by the... well...
Huh?
Yeah, wait, I believe the story... To be fair, though, she was trying to lean up...
Oh, yeah!
Anyway, I told... Oh, and...
Oh, are you two on better terms
now? While you were investigating Vaché's headquarters, Clorinde gave testimony on my father's behalf. It was thanks to her that we were able to turn the tide. I wanted to thank her. I mean, there's also no point in being awkward all the time, so we took the chance to reconcile with each other.
Oh, that's great! Paimon also thought Clorinde wasn't actually a bad person. It's always good to have more friends.
Anyway, now that the case has finally been solved, perhaps it will slowly begin to fade from the public consciousness. Oh, actually... There's still one last thing I need to do.
What is it?
I should pay a visit to my father's grave. And on top of that...
Miss Navia.
Indeed.
We want to go too! We also think Calus is a really admirable person.
Sure thing. I'd like you two to share the moment with me.
And in that case, everyone...
Yeah, you're right.
Huh? Isn't that Neuvillette? Why would the Chief Justice be here? Huh?
My apologies.
Don't say...
Sorry about that.
Oh, I wanted to show my father how much I've grown.
In that case?
In any case.
There was once a time when I didn't want to believe... Oh, rather... Which is also why I believed that it... But Mr. Calus proved... If not for his... Mr. Calus made the... And in the end, a justice that's hot. So, you asked me why I came here. I just wanted to say this regret is... That high and mighty chair in the Opera Epiclese indeed insulates one from many important things. Spina di Rosula, thank you so much for your...
So, you're actually...
Sorry about that.
Didn't I just...
So let's not disturb them for now. We can wait. Paimon's never paid respect. Huh? Oh no. Anyway, Neuvillette is still standing.
Oh, it's you two. I see. Please feel free. Though outsiders, you helped us solve one of the greatest mysteries in Fontaine. And
so,
truthfully, that name... There used to be a special sea, most of Tevat's life form.
Huh. So it really was where everything began.
But today, the What Vachey discovered must have been some kind...
Huh.
Indeed. Why would the... To be frank, is there any...
So...
Truthfully, that name is all... There used to be a special sea, most of Tevat's life...
Huh.
But today, the What Vachey discovered must have been some kind...
Huh.
Indeed. Why would the... To be frank, is there anything else?
So,
Truthfully, that name is... There used to be a special sea most of Tevat's life. But today, what Vache discovered must have been some kind... Indeed. Why would the... To be frank, is there anything...
So,
Truthfully, that name... There used to be a special sea on most of Tevat's life. But today, what Vache discovered must have been some kind... Indeed. Why would... To be frank, is there anything...
So,
Truthfully, that name... There used to be a special sea most of Tevat's life. But today, what Vache discovered must have been some kind of... Indeed. Why would the... To be frank, is there anything...
So,
Truthfully, that name is already quite accurate. There used to be a special sea on most of Tevat's life. But today, what Vache discovered must have been some kind... Indeed. Why would... To be frank, is there anything...
So,
Truthfully, that name... There used to be a special sea most of Tevat's... But today, what Vache discovered must have been some kind... Indeed. Why would... To be frank, is there any... My apologies. However, for many years, as a divinely... Not only can it produce... Which is all to say, I was not aware... In any case, I am... Based on Furina... While we do intend... If we did...
if you ask Paimon...
Is there any... Your sibling, if he ever stepped foot... Is there anything...
So,
Truthfully, that name... There used to be a special sea most of Tevat's life. But today, what Vache discovered must have been some... Indeed. Why would the... To be frank, is there anything else... That the sea level... Does that appropriately...
that's right!
Yes, up to the... Rumors have it.
A prophecy?
2 parts of the Speaking of the if the rumors were true...
But, with...
Is there anything else... Very well. It will soon be time for me to leave.
You really...
Crime and villainy do not have the day off. And...
Alright, Top. Huh? Paimon just noticed that the rain has stopped. You know, we've been walking around for a while now. Why don't we go back to the Spina di Rosula base in the Court of Fontaine and have a rest? Navia said something about having a place ready for us there.